Hey, Miss Popo. I'm having some coffee. I know. Hi, Tamar. Hi, Lynn. Joanne. Yeah, I traded in my tea for some coffee. Actually, this is my leftover cup from this morning. I reheated it. I'm not a coffee snob. I'll reheat anything. Hey, Patricia. Elaine, how you doing? Well, I was going to get ready to make a couple of these folders to go with these little journals that we made, and I said, well, I kind of sort of showed you how to do it, but I thought, well, if I'm going to make some right now, I might as well go on, and whoever's around can watch, and whoever isn't can watch later. Hey, Kathy, doing pretty good today. All I did was did my whatever the minimum that I had to do in my house. I didn't feel like doing wifey stuff today. So I did what I had to do, and then came over into the studio. And I've been going back and forth, but mostly over here. And it's been raining all day long. So it was kind of a gloomy, doomy day. So I thought, well, I'll surround myself around my papers and my fabric so it won't feel like such a doom and gloom day. Oh, did you do one tomorrow? One of the folders? Oh, this. Yeah, um, you just have to do it slow. And it's a little, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little tedious. You saw, I even, you know, had to convince myself it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We can do it, we can do it. Oh, the new puppy. Oh, we had a dog come in our yard too, but wanting to get in our yard, but he wasn't ours, and we don't need another dog in our yard because our dogs do not like other people's dogs. Well, hello, Dad's Vintage Garage in Virginia. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Sandy. What did I do for the gold? I'll get to that. I'm glad you mentioned that because let me go and get that. So I have that ready. I'm doing this all impromptu, so I don't, like usual, I don't have everything on hand. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's see. Um, I'm running low on my gold paint. I can tell. We'll just have to make do. I think the one I was actually using, I ran out, to tell you the truth. Oh, no, here it is. I just didn't put it in the right place. And then, here's my other stuff. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. These are, these are the metallics. I don't remember exactly which one I used, but these are the ones I usually use. I'm running really low on that one. This one's a little too green for me. So those are what I used for that. And let me see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know, when I put stuff away, then I can't find it. I was really good about that. I actually put some stuff away. And that script is a stencil that I have. And so that's what I'm looking for right now. So we make our meat. You know how that goes. I'll find it though. I'm not promising I'll find it tonight, but I will find it. And if, you know, I know there's some people that hate people that go live and they're not prepared. If you're one of those, you better leave. Because I'm never prepared. Bye. Okay. Well, we might have to do the other stuff before we get to that, because I'm not sure where I put my stencil. I put it somewhere where it wouldn't get messed up, and because it's a big one, and that's kind of eluding me right now. It'll come to me maybe. Let me not think about it for a while, and I'll go boing. Yeah, I'll have to wait for the boing factor. See if I get a revelation about where I put it. Because it's not speaking to me right now. It's just not speaking to me. Okay, what did I miss? Yep, okay, Bill script. That's where I left off. Hey, Linda, Brenda. Hey, Sandy. All right, so I did have a stencil for that. And I may or may not remember where it is before the evening is over. But at least you know what it was. It was a stencil. All right. So let's just get started. Oh, it helps if I get a regular file. That's not been worked on yet. So for those of you that haven't seen it from scratch, we'll do various stages so that you can make one yourself. And what we're going to be making is a folder like this that gets put inside, can be put inside your journal. It can be glued in, it can be standalone, or you can create this to be a journal itself. I've done that many, many times. But for right now, what I'm going to be making is just something that we can put inside of the journal that we made, so that we can just put some little supplies and ephemera and stuff that we might be using, gluing inside of our journal. So that's really the goal for this in this particular project. All right. So I cut at that one. That's whole. All right. Now this is a standard size file folder, but depending on the journal that you are making this for, you may want the longer one. You might want the legal size, because, you know, depending on the size of the project you're working on. So for this particular one, I'm going to what I'm going to do with this folder that I'm making right now is make it so that I can put some ephemera in it. So when I list these journals in my shop, the little folder of ephemera will come with it, as opposed to the other journal that has it built in. If you recall, let me get that and show you, in case you didn't get to play with us the other day. This one, I have it attached inside of this journal, and I filled it with some goodies. Woohoo! And so this is, like I said, attached to it. But because this other journal that I'm going to make it for is a smaller journal, and I don't want to put the weight on this back, because remember, we did this together. It's kind of a delicate cover. And so I just want to offer it as a unattached folder with also ephemera and stuff to go with this one. So having said all that, I don't want it to be too much bigger. It doesn't have to be the exact size, but just approximately, so it's not just sticking out all over the place. So let me just put a little mark right there. So I don't want any bigger than that. So that means whatever size you want it, that will be your fold mark for that particular folder. So you can visualize now, if you want to paint the whole thing, because see, this bottom section here is going to be folded up. No one's ever going to see it. So if you don't want to put paper on there, or you don't want to paint it, that's totally up to you what you want to do. But that just gives you a visual, of where your work is going to be seen and not seen. All right. So for sure, I know that I want the outside to be painted. So that's a given. And for my Asian stuff, I really like this color. In the past, I used a different color, and it was always a little too bright for me. But I got this one, Master's Touch, and it's crimson, and I really like it. It's not, shocking, but it's not that dark brick red. It's just right. I like it. So let's put that on there, and all I'm going to use is a credit card. That's how I like to put the paint down, because it's fast, it's thin, but it gives it good coverage. So that's what we'll do with this. And like I said, I just put it on with the card. I just put a light coat, and if you want it a little darker, you can always come back. And I like all the lines, because I like the texture that adds to it, so I don't worry about that. Paint, more paint. A little messy, but I don't care. I don't care. If you don't get messy, then how are you going to have those wonderful painty papers underneath to do your collages or, you know, the whatevers? You got to make a mess. All right. Oops. You can hear it dragging. That's how fast it dries, because you really don't have as much as you think. Ooh, that looks like a weird color on my on the on the monitor. It looks orange. Where's Jennifer? It's not orange. It's that color. All right, so let me throw this down here. And let's see. Gotta let that dry. Let me get a few things here out of the way. Now, see, look at all that yumminess. Yummy, yummy. All right, so now this is not the right size. Now, see, this is one I did before. This is with a different color of red, which I like, but it's a little bright. The monitor, it doesn't really show it the right way either. But anyway, so the next stage, let's just say this is the one we just did, and it's all dry. Then whatever you decide that you want to put in here, like for instance, I just put some some book pages in this one. That's what I decided on this one, with some book pages. But you could really put, you know, just about anything. But because I have so many other book pages, that was my first choice. And I think I will do that again, because I'll keep it simple. And it's kind of neutral, you know, even though it's kind of busy with all the lettering, it is neutral as far as color, in case you want to, you know, double layer it with something else. All right, so I think I'll use these pages. These were a little lighter, but I think maybe I'll go with some darker ones this time. A little more aged look to them. And then I just get a glue stick and start gluing them down. Now see the length of this one, if you want, you could just go and just put the one page, because this is going to fold up and you won't see anything else. But, you know, if you're, you know, more conscientious than I am, and you want to go all the way down and over so that if you look inside, everything is nice and pretty, you know, but I don't see why you're going to be looking in there. So I'm not going down there. And then you can decide if you want to overlap, if you want to tear some of the edges. I actually like them torn. I might do that. Why don't we do that? Just to show the difference. Because it's obvious if you just put them like that, you know exactly what it's going to look like. Looks just like that. So well, let's do it the other way to give you the option of what you might like to do. So I'll start this one off, with a straight edge. I'll push it over it a little bit so that I won't have that big margin right there. And then after it's all dry, then I can just cut that off, and I won't worry about that. So let's get the glue stick. So we're gonna go down to there. And then on the next one, I'll do a little bit of tearing. And you can put it over past it, and we'll just cut it later. I'm not going to worry about it right now. The only way I know which end is up is because there's numbers on the page. I could make you think I was smart, but I'm not. Hi, Valerie. Who did I miss? I know I'm missing people. I already said hello to Elaine, right? Did I say hello to Christine? I'm not sure. Elizabeth? I'm not sure. Jennifer? No, I don't think you were there. Who else? Hey, I may not say hello to you, but I recognize when I haven't. I'm improving. I'm improving a little bit. Jennifer, have you gotten your Asian package yet? I forget when that was sent. I think it was last week. Or was it the week before? Oh boy. Days go by fast. Maybe it's too soon for you to get it. I have to check my receipt. I forget now when it went out. What's up? We're doing the file folder. That's what we're doing. We're doing the file folder. I was going to be making one for one of my journals, so I thought, well, I might as well come on and show you guys, because we didn't get into any great detail with that. We just did the overview. And that stencil, I don't know what company it was. I'll have to check my history. I know I got it through Amazon. I'll have to check the history and find out who I got it through, because I literally just made a search and a few things popped up. And so it wasn't like a regular company I go to for shopping or anything. And it's a big stencil too. It's like, like a 9 by 11 type thing. Okay. And then after it's all dry and everything, we can always find if there's places where we need to like go underneath a little bit. So then we will trim this off. Where's my scissors? Here's my scissors. You got them from Wish? I don't think. Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't get them from Wish because I don't remember. I think I've only bought 1 or 2 things from them. Maybe it was the stencil. I don't know. Was it a big script that a big one? Maybe I got it there. I don't know. Oh, if I got it there, then I won't. It won't be in my Amazon history, will it? Uh-oh. I don't have any of my receipts. My husband has all of them for our taxes, so it isn't like I can go hunt through my receipt. They're all been locked down. What a headache that was. Sheesh. And cut that. Okay, now when it comes to these folders, as you can see here, you can see it better here. When you fold these, this is what happens. They get all crunchy, they crack, they look kind of nasty. So on this one, what I did is, okay, I got my my ink pad, and I'll just put that on there. Well, I did, and then I fold it, it gets crunchy, and it does the same thing. So what I ended up doing on this one is, while it's folded, after it's already been all crunchy, I just came across, we'll do that right now. All I did, which paint should I use? Which one should I use? All I did was, with my finger, just rubbed it along the edge here. And that's how I did these. And that's just literally what I did with my finger. So oh, now wait a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. This one's too big for this. It's way too big. But I'll go ahead and use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there and cut it right now so that it is the proper length. Because I had already folded it before I decided to use it on this one, or else I would have folded it different so I wouldn't have to cut anything off. So that is 20. Let's go a little bit over. Okay. So now it's a little bit better as far as the height and everything. That's what I was concerned about. And for some reason, I don't like these when they are square. Don't ask me why. It's just me. It's just me. Okay, back to the gold. Back to the gold. Again, I use my fingers. You don't have to. You can do it with a brush. You can do it with a sponge. You can do it with a Q-tip. Whatever you want to use. Whatever makes you happy. And see, if you do it after it's already cracked and while it's folded, then it gets inside. And, you know, when you open it again, well, the paint's already there. Crack won't show. I don't know. My camera has gotten very sensitive to light, and I haven't changed any of the settings. It's very strange. I see what it's doing. Very strange. So make sure you fold it so you get the paint on all the little crunchies, all the cracks. And it doesn't have to be gold. You know, you can do it black. You can come back with the same red that was there before and do the same thing, and it'll cover it all up. But I just like the little bit of gold with the red and the Asian look. I like that. Oops. Oopsie. Oopsie, oopsie. Okay, so we got that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we'll do the, hope I'm not too close. I'm probably too close, but sorry about that. I gotta do the, let's put that there. The bottom, because it's cracking down here. Everywhere you fold it, it's gonna crack. The only way to avoid that is instead of painting, you cover it with paper. But I wanted the red, so. All right. And so the other place was here. Okay. I think we've cleaned up that mess. Yep. All right. So that's how you, once you start folding those, then you get all aggravated because all that cracking goes on. Well, after you've done the cracking, if you don't want any accent colors, go back with your original color and, paint it inside of all those cracks. Or if you want an accent, that's the time to do it. Let me go. Oh, I got a napkin right here. Oops, I messed up, but I put gold. That's okay. Mess up with gold is a good thing. So now what I would do, the next thing I would do is, if you want to, on this, where'd the other one go? On this one, I put a little bit of the gold up here on the top. I'm just going to leave the black the way it is. I kind of like it that way. They all don't have to be the same. And then because these are going to be filled up with ephemera and stuff, I went ahead and sewed this as opposed to just gluing it. But gluing is fine, or you can staple it, or whatever way you want to finish it off. But I really would suggest you close this off in some fashion. All right, now if you want to decorate these pockets on the outside, and you want to sew anything on it, well, obviously you need to do that now before you sew that up, so that it's open and you can work with it. But what I'm going to do, it's all going to be probably just glued anyway, but so I don't have to run out of the room. I'll sew this after I'm done here on the live, and but we'll decorate here. Okay, so let's see what we have. I know we have stuff. I know we have. I thought it would look kind of nice if we put little pieces of that fabric. I'm dying to get some fabric on here. And I thought that might look nice. And then way back when you guys were around, we did some jelly printing, and we were using all of those, what are those called? You know what I'm talking about? The color shifts. Remember how cool those were? And so I had some scraps of that left over, and I thought, well, between the fabric and these, it might look kind of cool to put them along here somewhere. I haven't really thought that through. I figured we could do that together. So where is my little bag of fabric? I know it's here. Oh, it's up here. Here it is. Here's a bag of fabric. And I have a little bit of this left that we used on the binding. And what else can we play with over there? So I can't use the napkins because, it's dark. So I can't use that. We could maybe use some text on here, maybe. You never know. So think about that. And if you have any suggestions, scream it now. Can we do this? No. Why not? Ooh, the gold. See, that looks pretty. So I got the purples, some gold. Oh, Elaine, really? Oh, then I'm really glad you watched today. That's the worst thing. When you think you've done everything right, and then you go, wait, what's going on around here? That's exactly what happened to me. But there's always a way around it. Okay, so if I cut a strip of that, let's just see. Let's just do one. Let's use this one that's already cut. And that looks like it's been glued on something else, too. Oh, well, all right. Need about that. Okay, so if we start off with something like this, and then let's see, where is, so we need to have this likewise, maybe not that big, maybe. So if we put something like that, a little bit shorter. Does that speak to you guys or not? I don't know. I kind of like it. Maybe a different color. That looks almost the same color. You can tell my favorites are. I just picked the same darn color. That's a little different, but not different enough. Still has the same look. You don't like that on there? But we need to layer it with something. I mean, I need to layer it with something. I don't want just the fabric sitting on there. It looks naked. It looks naked. Let's see, what do I have? What do I have? I mean, the fabric doesn't have to go there. We can ditch the fabric. It was just a thought. We're just playing around. See what goes. Aha, I like that. Ooh, and we've got this paper. And this has the red in it. Or we can go with a complete contrast and go with the blue. That looks like a Sumi Nagashi thing, right? can, or we can go with the fishies. I have different fabrics. Yes, we can look at different fabrics. Okay, we have stuff like that. I have a piece of that. Um, some of that. Well, it's really supposed to be brown. That's the back part. Yeah. Oh, I have some this little piece of that. I have this brown. I have this other kind of red. It contrasts too much with that, though. I mean, it's a red, but it's a totally different shade of red. I've got these. I've got that brocade, wrong color red. I got some blue. Nope, nope, wrong color. Have to go with the gold side of that one. So I don't know. You need to call out a color. Let's see if here's an idea. So if I decided to, if I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. If I decide, we're going to do all my papers. Out of the bag, get out of the bag. All papers out of the bag. So if I were to pick a piece of paper, and then got some fabric, just to pop out from there and create like a little pocket on the outside of the pocket. That might look kind of cute. Not necessarily those colors, but the concept. Little pieces like that. Who knows? I don't know. I need help. Well, I'm just throwing out different ideas out there. So it's like, okay, which one looks better? Paisley paper. What paisley paper? Oh, now I'm really getting confused. Paisley. Hmm? Gold paisley paper. I didn't have any paisley paper. Over the gold paper. What gold paper? Oh, you're talking about this one? That's the only piece I have, if that's what you're talking about. I'd have to print more. I did this on my jelly plate. And then put that pretty blue paper over the gold paper. Blue paper. Which blue paper? The origami paper I had out before? This paper? This paper? Oh no. Sumi Nagashi paper? I just had it in my hand. This isn't, you talking about this? This isn't paper, if that's what you're talking about. This one? What blue paper? I don't have any blue paper. This blue paper? We need people to be able to talk so I can hear. Okay. I may not be able to decide on this tonight. So let me not look at this for a second. Let me not look at this for a second. Because sometimes when I force myself, then I really don't see anything that I want to do to it. And then I just kind of like, woohoo, get away from it for a second and come back with a fresh eye. And then I go, oh, I like that. So let's pretend we've done this. Let's pretend we've done this. And we've decorated it whatever way we want. And then we sew these right on the ends. We can sew it, we can glue it, staple it, whatever you want to do, so that we can fill it up with some goodies. And the way I'm going to do these is I'm just going to fill them up and tie them up. And then that's going to go along with the journal. Now, if you guys were making the larger journal, or did make the larger journal, then yesterday I showed that, that we glued this in the back. So what you would do if you wanted to do this one, depending if you want to open it up this way or you want to open it up this way, that's where you would glue it down. So I would get some double stick tape and some glue, do the double whammy, and lay down your whatever it is you want to close it up with, whether it's string or ribbon or fabric or whatever it is, and lay that down first, up or glued or whatever way you're going to do it. Sit it down on your book, and I clamped it like that so it could dry, for a little while, and then it was all set to go. And then all I did was fill it up with some, some different pieces that I thought the person might be able to use inside the journal. Because those of you that see my journals, I leave them pretty empty because I like to put the ephemera in little packets so that you can play with the journal and make it your own instead of, you know, me making your journal. I'm just making you a journal so that you can make it your own. So that's how that's done with this one. And then what did I do with the other one? Let me go see. I already forgot. Oh, what I'm going to do with this one. What I'm doing with this one, where are those? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? I've got these. And these are going to go in here. So I'm going to have one in the front. That's not in frame. I'm going to have one in the front. And I'm going to have one in the back. And then these are all mixed media paper, watercolor paper, sketch paper, all kinds of what I would call more mixed media. And so then all the stuff I'm going to put in here will be able to turn this either into, if you're going to collage or you're just going to use it as a glue book, or if you draw or whatever it is you do. And then you can pull these out if you're going to be working with wet medium, and then you can just slip them back in. So that's how this one's going to be finished, like that. Whoops. With those in there, all glued in. So the ephemera stays all in there. And then I'll have something tying it shut also. So that's how that one's going to be. And what else? What else? What else? What else? Where did that one go? Oh, there it is. So that's pretty it. It's pretty basic. It's not real. The construction, there's no, you know, it's really easy. The hard part for me is just figuring out how I want to decorate it. You know, that's where I'd have to sit and think and look and ponder and change my mind 10 times. It's like, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Ooh, and I got this stuff too. You just never know. And what happens with me, I don't know how you guys, you know, do your decorating or, you know, do your journals. But sometimes, you know, I'll sit there and everything just comes. It just comes and I don't have to think about it. And then other times I just kind of look at it like the blank stare and absolutely nothing comes to my mind. And then, like I say, I have to go away and then I have to come back. And then I go, oh man, why didn't I think of that? It was so simple. It was such a simple idea. I was just making it difficult. And we all do that, I think. Please say you do that too. And I'm going to make one of these also for her. For both of them. Now see this one? Now see, I could get away with cutting this one off and then just replacing the gold up on the top. And then that could be hers. And she's all ready to go. That's not even too big actually for her. That one might be okay, just the way it is. And then I can just start filling it up with all the goodness. Whoops. Don't make a total mess. Now I was thinking on this one, maybe I would glue her on there. I don't know. I was thinking of it. I thought she might look kind of cute just glued there. And then You just never know. Again, I might have to think about that. Oh, let me see. I have this box here. I have a box here of the leftovers because I put a whole bunch of stuff together to put into the kits, and I had a few things more than others, and so they're kind of sitting over here in this box. Ooh. I think it's the coffee. Nothing's speaking to me. See, I should have had tea. It's the coffee. It's slowing me down. Instead of giving me a buzz, it's making everything look See, maybe I shouldn't have come on. All I'm showing you is what I can't do. Don't do this. I thought I was on a roll. Oh, this is kind of pretty. I could ditch that whole thing. She's pretty. She would really look pretty glued on top of there. And she would look good with the gold that's around there. So now I have to decide, do I cut this square and leave a border of the red, or do I cut her out and have her sitting on the red? Because it's two very different looks. One I can undo, one I cannot undo. So the first one, let's do it where we just cut her out. Because if we don't like it, then we can just fussy cut her out of the rectangle. Sounds like a plan. So she's almost exactly that width and length. So that should be kind of sort of easy. Let me go use the cutter so I don't mess it up. Ooh, she looks cute there. I really like that. Mm-hmm. Hey, Kathleen. I'm kind of liking that one. Now I'm making, no, I'm not making two because I've already got her already. So I don't have to make that other one. Let me see. Here's the one that was drying. It is actually dry. Unbelievable. All right, so we could make another one. Let's see if she looks better on this color because that was a different paint. There, there. It's not showing up on the monitor, the real colors. You can see this one. So you can't see too much. This is this one right here. The same color of paint. Huh. They don't have to be the same. Oh no, Kathleen. Grocery shopping. Oh my gosh. See, I go once a week because I like to get fresh produce and stuff like that. So I shop once a week. So I went on my regular day, just well, la di da di da. And oh my goodness, it was a madhouse. I think I like that. I don't think I want to think about this anymore because I think I like it. So before I have any time to change my mind, I'm going to glue it down. So there. Oh my goodness, there's a bowl. I needed laundry detergent. Who knew people would be hoarding laundry detergent? I had to get a different brand because they were almost all gone. So I had to get some weird brand. I don't, never even heard of it. So next time I go, I have to go looking like a hoarder to get laundry soap because see, my poor old dog, has accidents in its sleep because he's old. So I have, these what do you call those, pad protectors and everything, and then I put towels and everything so he'd be nice and comfy. So I have to wash those, his whole bedding once a day because he at least has one accident, either while he's asleep during the day or when he's asleep at night. He doesn't wake up. So I go through a lot of soap and bleach. Oh, and there was no bleach. It's like, come on, people. I can't let my house smell like urine. I need to wash my doggy's bedding every day. I have 3 changes for him, so, but still, you still have to wash it. Okay, I like that. So I was thinking, I told my husband, I said, "Oh my goodness, I'm starting to feel like some kind of a, you know, what's the word? Covert person." Um, because I was thinking, okay, I've got within a 5 mile radius, I've got three super centers that are open 24 hours a night. And usually they restock everything at night when most people aren't shopping. So I told him, I am going to have to go out at midnight to go get some laundry soap. It's ridiculous. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I really kind of liking this one. Yeah, but you know what, Kathleen? Just between you and me, I think I've done too many eco print boils because I use vinegar in there, and I don't like the smell of vinegar in my house. I smell it too much here in the studio. And it's like I know it's a good cleaning agent, but oh my goodness, my nose just goes. All right, I'm happy with that for now. I might do something else with it. I mean, I'm not going to take it off, but I might add a little something to it. Not sure what, but I think even maybe like a little piece of some kind of fabric or something. Again, I don't know how but my mind says I want to put some fabric on there. So I'll figure that out later. Let's see if I have any flash about this. Or maybe I'll get a flash with this one. Mhm. Mhm. I don't know, guys. Nothing's speaking to me. Usually there's a lot of conversation in my head going on, and it is a dead end right now. It might have been because I had coffee. Uh-oh, Joanne. They knew what it was going to do. Ah, okay. Well, in the town north of me, those of you that know Vicky, um, the beautiful watercolorist Vicky, um, I was chit-chatting with her today, and she lives about 45 minutes to an hour north of me. And they have police at their Walmarts so that people will not take more than one bundle of toilet paper and two hand sanitizers and one. I mean, they're rationing what you can buy up there because people just went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And so there's police there so that people will not hoard. But I did not hear about the changing of the hours. So there goes foiled again. That was my plan. We don't have police here yet. So if we get police at our Walmart, well then I'll be able to get my my laundry soap because they'll stop the hoarding. Oh my goodness. I do have one full one left. Um so if I can just get, one before I run out of that one, I'll be happy. Okay. What else? I'm trying to read. Oh no. Oh no, Debbie. I know. I just went kind of naive to the store doing my regular shopping, not realizing I'd be in competition with people that don't really need it. I mean, like you don't need four of those, 20 bundle things. Really don't think so. Uh, but what I thought was sad, I don't know if it's a real story. I mean, it was in the newspaper, but sometimes the newspaper just reprints things that they find on the internet. So I'm just going to repeat it. I'm hoping there's some validity to it, but it was written by some woman who, from her perspective of what was going on, and she felt kind of guilty because I guess she's a, maybe like 30, 40-ish type age. And she had really regretted that when this first, the outbreak first started being reported, that they were saying people within that age range doesn't have to really worry that much because they don't get that sick unless they have another underlying respiratory problem. If they don't, they'll just have like, a mild case of, it'll feel like a mild case of a flu or something. And it was just the elderly that would get sick. And so she was thankful that, oh, good, great. I'm not that age. It's not going to bother me. But then this past week, when all this hoarding thing happened, she was going to go shopping, somewhere, who knows where, but a grocery store type thing. And there was an elderly couple in a vehicle, very elderly, probably in the, I guess, the 80 range, because they're being told not to be out in the public, not to go out because they're vulnerable. So they were there not wanting to go inside, to be with all the people in the line to get stuff, but they needed stuff. And so they were in the vehicle, and they offered her money to go inside to buy them necessities, because they were afraid to go in there. So her whole perspective just kind of changed because she realized she'd been looking at it just to her own lens as opposed to other people's. And so it made her, rethink the whole thing because she basically had been selfish. So she was selfish in her thinking, and you got other people that are selfish in their purchasing, and nobody's really thinking about the vulnerable people who honestly need the stuff and can't even go out to get it. So, you know, when we're complaining about not being able to get our laundry to do our dog's laundry, shut up and think about the people who really don't have any soap to wash their clothes because they're 80 years old and they're afraid to go out in public to maybe catch the virus. So, perspective, people, perspective. Glue Chinese words on the fabric for inside. Wait, let me read this again. Hi, Rosemary. Chat ladies. Can you glue Chinese words on fabric for inside? How do I glue Chinese words on fabric? Um, I don't know why I'm not being able to wrap that around my head. I know I'm sure what you're saying is a simple concept. And I'm telling you, even though I'm very simple minded tonight, it's not even that simple. Everything for some reason is a real challenge for me. I haven't figured it out yet. Let's see. Let's see if we're even close with this idea here. Hold on. Oh my goodness. That's too long. Ooh, that sounds Chinese. Too long. And what is your lovely dollar's name? Too long. You talking about something like that? I know those are too big, but you talking about that concept? Which is hard because the letters go this way. Oh, so maybe we could do it this way. Even though that might be upside down, I think that is upside down actually. It's that little figure. I recognize that figure. I don't know. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Or the jelly paper. Okay. Now we're thinking. Now we're thinking. I'm glad somebody's thinking. Well, we could get smaller words. Let's find some smaller words. All right, so let me get this over here. Uh-oh. I don't like to cut, but this is a little crispy. I might have to use scissors. Little crispy critters here. And nobody says that has to go this way. I don't know why I was insisting on doing that. Well, there's an idea. At least the words will be going in the right direction. They might be upside down, but at least they're going, you know, horizontal. Let me think here. There's something missing. Something is not clicking for me. I haven't quite figured out what it is. It is not clicking. I mean, everything looks just okay. And usually for me, it's I have to go, oh, that's it. That's it. And it's not happening. I get like an epiphany. Oh, that's it. Why did I think about it? Like that one. Huh, why did I think about that? That's what we made last night. Too bad it's not a little smaller. We could, that look cute. That would look cute there. It's too big. I think I need to get a sip of my cold coffee. Slide a tag underneath. Slide a tag underneath. Let's find a tag. Underneath. Oh, these are so cute. I think these. Take out. I think those are cute. Okay, shut up, Rosemary. Let's find some real little tags. I know I have stuff. You know I have stuff. Ooh. I need hold the phone, people. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We have a possibility. Burlap makes me sneeze and itch. No burlap. Burlap is a nasty word in my house. I'll have an allergy for a week. do I have? Maybe I have some. Whoa! Amber. Everybody's okay. No, I don't have gold. How did that happen? Oh yeah, bamboo I do have. Now I won't. Oh, oh. This isn't gonna open. Plan B. Plan B. Yeah, I do have bamboo somewhere. Oh, that wasn't the one I was using. Doesn't look like it. Wrong one. This probably won't work. We'll try it anyway. I need some of the wax. I don't have any gold wax, do I? I don't think so. I don't. I need some. I don't have any of those waxes. I didn't think I'd ever use them, but I'm thinking maybe I might need them. What's no, remotely can work like that. Probably not. Let me see. What is this? Nope. No, I didn't have any. I wouldn't have thought that I need to buy something. um, I would think that I already have it, but I don't. I'm so supposed to. What's this? Nope. I have silver, but oh well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Doesn't mean we have to use it. It just means we have it. That's if I can take the lid off. That's if I can get the lid off. Yeah, but what good is the silver gonna do me, huh? Seriously. Seriously. This is all gold. But oh well. So we have a ginkgo. We have a tree of life. Some kind of Asian script. Are you criticizing my ability or my inability to make wax seals? Ah. I totally agree with you. Okay. What happened to my napkin? That stuff sticks. All right. So if I'd had gold, I think that would have been a plan. So maybe if people aren't hoarding some gold metallic wax, I might have to get me some. And then maybe I could do something that look kind of cute. I think. Nikki, be quiet. Quit making us drool. I'm not in the mood to drool. Don't make me drool, please. I have this book. I'm gonna have to go get it. It's because it's at the house upstairs in what do you call it? Just collecting dust, basically. No. What it was is it's from the late 1800s. It's about hmm uh big. So big I can't show you how big. I don't think it would fit in what you're looking at right now. That's how big. And it was a sample book that showed the different the different suits that could be made for men. And I forget how many pages are in there. It's thick, like really thick cardboard each page, because it was meant for people when you walked into that particular store. The gentleman would look through these books and decide what suit they wanted made, and it has the different sizes it came and the different fabrics it came. I don't have the fabrics, I just have the pages. And I mean, it's too big for me to scan. I can't scan it, it's so big. So I was thinking of selling each individual page. Now, none of them are in perfect condition, but it's just so cool. I'm gonna have to go. I think tomorrow I'll go get it and just show it to you guys. Um, I've had that before I ever started doing junk journaling. I've only been doing junk journaling stuff for about 4 years, I guess. And I had bought that before because I just thought it was cool. Um, All right, so I think that's the plan. I'm going to have to get me, because if I do this, and then if I get some other kind of, I don't know, some kind of fabric or something, like what? Say if, not this exactly, but just, I'm just trying to get a contrasting color here. Say if I got a piece of fabric, put that there, got the seal, had the gold on it. I think that would look mighty cute. I think it would look cute. I I do believe. It has possibilities. That's all I can say. See, now that leads me to say, maybe. The other ones were like, what the heck am I doing? See, everything looks a little bit better with that, but I still need the gold. I think. I think. I think, because just because I have the gold around there, it looks kind of funny with the silver. But that's just me. Maybe it wouldn't bother you guys. Okay, so it's growing on me. It's growing on me. Just so you guys know, I have completed the funky fish kits. Now I have to make a sample journal. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. It's oh, you okay. Where do I begin? Okay, where I begin is let me put some stuff away because I have to show you guys something before you all get completely bored to death and leave. Okay, the other night, Jennifer, you have to chime in there about that lady's name because I already forgot her name. The one that goes off into the ocean and throws her book in the ocean. What's her name? Put her name up there so people know who I'm talking about. So I know who I'm talking about. So I also know who I'm talking about. No laughing, Jennifer. Just put her name up there. Just trying to slow down the action. There you go. Okay, so I love, for those of you that don't know, which you probably already do because I talk about it all the time. I love doing my eco papers. I love boiling my papers. I love boiling my rusty bits. I love boiling paper with paper and fabric. And I just love it. So Jennifer and I were talking about that one time, and she told me, oh, there's this lady that does kind of this, that's what she likes to do, and she has classes and stuff like that. So she directed me over, gave me her name, and I checked out some of her stuff, and it was really, really cool. Okay, so then time went by, and then I forgot about her for some reason. Like I have nothing else on my mind. And then her name was brought up again last night or night before or sometime. Because again, I was, of course, talking about my boiled stuff. So what I did is, okay, what she did, what that other lady did is she got the book. She didn't boil them. She threw it in the ocean. So it would just get, all funkified. and worn and looked like it had been buried for 100 years. And then she drug it home. She's very dramatic. She drags it all the way home and makes it even messier and everything. So I don't have an ocean. I don't have a pathway with gravel. And it was raining. It wouldn't have worked. So what I did is I got some stuff that I had here and threw it all together. And I should have filmed me open it up, but I didn't feel like it. I was too anxious to get it open up to see what happened. So what I did is I just took some folders that I had, some papers that I had, little bits of fabric that I had, and I bundled them all up, threw them in a pot, put some of my indigo dye and put some rusty bits in there, and just let that puppy boil for about an hour. And then I took it all apart and hung it on my little thing I have in here that I hang my stuff to dry overnight. And when I came in this morning, ta-da, I'll share with you. I'll show you all the goodness. Here's some of the goodness. All right. So this, I can't believe it. Okay, well, first of all, I have these folders. They're legal something somethings. I don't know. Legal somethings. And they're long. They're legal size. So I cut it in half. And then what I did is I took a bunch of stuff and piled it in here. And then I put a bunch of stuff and piled it in here. Then I wrapped it up with some twine, and that's when I threw it in. Okay, so this was already cool. When I went to open it up, I go, oh, look how cool this is. It's got, it has, oh, and I did put a few pieces of leaves, but not that much. Um, it was just kind of sporadically. And then I put some of my rusty bits in there a little sporadically, and then just let it take its course. So this is some of that painter's paper, and it came out pretty cool. I like how that came out. This is just a scrap of some muslin that I threw in there, and I made sure to fold it, kind of haphazardly. I didn't want it folded nice and, square. And then these are pieces that I've torn off of other fabrics, the sewn end of stuff, and I didn't want those, but I save all that stuff. So I put that in there too. Those are just ends of fabric. This was some satin that was white, so I put that in there. Another piece of that. This is a piece of watercolor paper, and this was, I don't know where I put that, but this was just one of those lids to a can that I had resting outside, and I just laid it on top of there. This oops, there's still some of those little rusty things. What I did about a year ago, I guess, I got one of those what do you call those things? What are they called? Like the Brillo pads? Those metal, I think that's what they're called. Anyway, no, it's not called a Brillo pad. You know what I'm talking about. Those old-fashioned metal things that you used to clean dishes with. Anyway, I got one of those and left it outside and let that get all crusty, and it just fell apart. But I saved it in a bag. So I sprinkled some of those things on this fabric, and that's how this came out, which I think it came out pretty cool. This is just another piece of cotton. I think it's like muslin too. I'm not too sure. I forget. So that got little crusty bit. Yeah, steel wool. Thank you, Suzanne. Hello. Some steel wool, and let that get all rusty and falling apart. This is it's still a little dirty. This is a piece of canvas, and You can barely see it, but that's a leaf that I put there. And that came out kind of cool. And then I got some pieces of scrapbook paper and just threw it in there, see what it would do. And it just got a little bit of the color. And this is a postcard. And this was just some papers I laid with other papers on top of it. So it gets the colors differently. And a guest check. Different kind of guest check. Some more regular just paper, copy paper. More copy paper. This was wallpaper. There was another one of those can lids. And this is mixed media. A little bit more, oops, a little crunchy still. Dental records. I threw in some vellum. And some cloth. I didn't do too much. I got it grungy, so that's good. Whoops, more vellum. And this is rice paper, calligraphy rice paper. That one you can see a little bit the leaf there. And this is a grocery bag. The white kind, you know, for your little lunches, for your little munchkins. Some more scrapbook paper. A little piece of lace. Just got a little dirty looking, that's about it. Some more cool pieces. Some more cool pieces. More scrapbook paper. See, I purposely put the stuff that was shiny to see if the shine would go away because I don't like shiny, scrapbook paper. But my goodness, it got boiled and it's still there. You can't get rid of that stuff. Papers. And then I just started throwing any kind of scraps that I had left over from other stuff. All these little things that I've cut off from other projects. I saved all that stuff, so I threw those in there. They came out kind of cool looking. And then some more scraps. I think they look pretty cool. I like how that looks. A piece of handmade paper. some more scraps. Scrap. And then these were just, I laid all the wet stuff on there. So those weren't part of the boil. They were just part of soaking up stuff. So, needless to say, it was fun. And there is so much to be to be used. So then as I was looking at it, I go, wow. As soon as the sun's out, I was going to be doing my cyanotype. And cyanotype comes out looking almost identical to this. So I thought, wow, what a bunch of cool stuff to put in a journal with my cyanotype prints that I'll be making. And yeah, super duper cool. Oh, one more piece. I forgot I left it hanging over here. This took a little while to dry. And I threw in a little mini composition book in there. And it got a little toasty too. So lots and lots to play with. So what I did this all for, which kind of answered my question, I don't think I'll be able to do it. This was my plan. This was my test, kind of my run through. What I thought would be really cool, like when we did the first kit in January, I put in one piece of large piece this big, folded up, and it was eco dyed, and I sent that off for you guys to play with it in January's kit. So what I had thought was that if I could do, one of those, like, boiled type thing where everybody would get one of these and then papers that I put in there, and then I would boil them. Well, I take the orders, I put it up, take the orders, and then as the orders came in that particular day, however orders I got that day, I boil those all that day, put them in, Ziploc bag, if there's any left in the stores, Ziploc bag, and mail that off to you, and then let you guys sit it outside to let it dry. And then you get to open it up and have the fun of looking at all the pages and see what happens and what it looks like and all the pieces, parts, and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, wow. And then, we could make the journal together with all the yummy stuff we got and everything. But I'd be doing it for nothing. I mean, all the time it takes me to put it together, boil it, yada, butter. I mean, I don't know what I would have to sell it for because it's very time consuming. And because it's kind of big, I can only I have about 4 different pots I can put them in, and I could only probably put 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 or 5 in each pot at a time. Well, it's not too bad. I could maybe make 15, 20 a day. Wait, I just might be talking myself into this. Hold on. But anyway, so yeah. So that's kind of the thing. Well, Kathleen, who said that? Make them smaller. I saw somebody say. Yeah, Kathleen. Well, see, I'm the type I like to use what I have. I have a whole bunch of these. and then I could cut them in half. And I think it's perfect, a perfect size. I don't know if it's a perfect size, but it's perfect for me because I get to use up my junk. And it comes out pretty cool because these are like 9 1/4, 7 1/2. So 9 1/4 by 7 1/2, which is a nice decent size for a journal. And the way this is made, it already has areas you could sew in stitch in your signatures in here, or you could glue them onto this flap. You got all these yummy things to hang stuff in after it's been all rusted, and you know anyway. And so I thought this would be really, really cool, to use these, and I cut them in half, so I'm getting 2 out of each one. So this to me was a perfect vehicle. Um, and see the time what comes into play is how many I can make at one time, how many I can boil at a time, basically. Because like with anything, it's volume. If I can whip them up really fast, but if I have to be boiling, you know, all, for a whole week to boil all these, you know, well, then I'm making chump change when I sell it because it's going to be time consuming, and I won't be able to do anything else but that. It isn't like other things I could, because when they're boiling, I'll be bundling up the other bundle, and then when I take those out and put those in, and then those are boiling, I'm bundling up the other bundle, and so on and so forth. But I still like the idea. I haven't let go of it. Um, but anyway, that's in my mind. So, I just need feedback from you guys if you're even interested. I don't want to go through my head and try and figure it out if you're not even interested. Hey, Jean. Yeah, I'm more concerned about laundry soap. I already did my rant about laundry soap. Oh boy. Anyway, I think it's kind of cool. I like it. And if I do it, I think I'll do like I'll do some, like, I don't like doing everything the same. I think offering some in the indigo. I think I would offer some done with the black bean. I'd offer some done with the cabbage, and I'd offer some done with avocado. So we'd have like about 4 different basic colors, and every batch is going to come out different. But I think it'd be kind of cool. Nikki, I like that idea. Everyone's bartering. So I'm not sure which month. I think I'll offer it and see what happens. Because I'm not going to make them they're going to be made on demand, because I don't want to go through all the trouble and make a whole bunch of these and then nobody wants them. So if they get ordered, well, then that day, boom, they're going into the boil. They're going into the boil. Well, let me tell you. I'll tell you a little story. I haven't told you a story in a while. Uh, um, when when this first started and people started, going and get stuff, I was getting flashbacks. My husband and I started laughing because it's a common thing that happens on the islands. When I lived in Hawaii, whenever a hurricane was heading our way. Um, the first thing everybody did is they ran out to the store, and basically the only thing they bought, because you have to stop and think also, most of the island I lived on was on catchment. So if for whatever reason electricity would go out, which lots of times when you had storms, electricity would go out, which meant your pump goes out, which means you have no water because you have a catchment system and the filtration goes through and it's all, you have to have electricity for that to be happening. So the first time we're told, oh, there's a hurricane, Hurricane George heading our way, and it'll be here in 3 days. Well, people went out and got bottled water. They got toilet paper and they got rice. That was the only thing they were concerned about. And some guys got their beer. But everything else was in the store. Nobody went out and got all crazy and bought all kinds of stuff. All they cared about was the water, the toilet paper, and their rice, because Asians have influenced everything on the islands. You cannot have a meal without rice. And if you only have rice for your meal, it's a complete meal. So 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 after we lived there for a little while, it was like, uh-oh, here we go. We got to go on a rice run. Get some water, get some toilet paper. So when this started happening, I told my husband, I came home, I said, oh my gosh, the people are going crazy out there. He goes, is there any rice left? And I said, they're not buying any rice. We're not in Hawaii. They don't care about rice here. Wants to know what? Say what? Rosemary, Kathleen wants to know what dye you used. It's indigo dye. I have indigo dye because I do other kinds of stuff. Where did I get that indigo dye stuff? I think I got that at wait a minute, Dick Blick. No. What's that other one? The one that sells this. It'll come to me. They sell the fabrics and stuff for dyeing. They sell all kinds of dyes. It's online though. Let me think. There you go, Sandra. Yes, Lucy, you're right. That's right. Drama trading. That's where I got it. Thank you. So yeah, so that's my little story about hoarding the rice. And then of course it would come and our electricity would be out for, at least 1 day. So really the water was to flush the toilet with, not to drink. No, you'd go out there. They had lots of people would have those big giant, what are those, 50-barrel things, and they would just let the water go in there, not for filtration or anything to drink or nothing, but just in case of emergency. So at least you could fill up your toilet to flush the toilet, because you wouldn't have any water. Because it just, when the pump goes down, you don't have any water coming in your house. So, but that was usually just for a day. So if you had a couple of those barrels, you had enough. You had enough flushing water. Oh yeah, that jasmine rice is really good. We don't even eat rice anymore because my husband can't eat rice no more. His sugar just skyrockets with rice. So I just don't cook with it anymore at all. I don't even think we have any in the house. But that was our favorite, was the jasmine rice, brown rice, all kinds of rice. What else I may see? Yeah, exactly, Kathleen. Well, Richard can't have any rice. He looks at rice and his blood sugar goes up. Yeah, exactly. Tapioca, how cute. Well, if I had to pick a pudding, it wouldn't be a real pudding. It would be flan. I love flan. But I don't make that anymore either because it's got, gobs of sugar. No more Sears. Really, Sandra? Heartburn. Betty! Have you been here the whole time? I bet you she has. She's a little stinker. I like chocolate anything. Lucy, he can't have that either. I've tried everything. He can't even eat unsweetened yogurt. It makes his sugar go up. Plain yogurt. It's really weird. Lucy. Oh, you guys are crazy. Debbie, you're in California, right? Good thing you went to the doctor, Angie. That's ridiculous. Orange County, okay. Jennifer, it has carbohydrates, and all carbohydrates turn into sugar. So the lactose in the in dairy products turns into sugar. It is a carbohydrate. I can't talk and read at the same time. That's why I'm so quiet. I'm trying to read. Like, oh my God. Boy. Well, anyway, so that's one of my plans. So, any feedback would be appreciated. And it may not be your thing. Well, I know paper is your thing, but grungy, you know, grungy paper may not be your thing. I'm going to sip on my cold coffee. Is Debbie going to use the diapers? As long as she's not going to use them, I guess that's okay. Yeah, Jennifer, I know your stuff. I know what you like. Well, I figure if I don't make them until I get an order, it's, it's nothing. I'm not losing anything as far as time or energy. Uh-oh. Tomorrow? What time? Do we know? Whenever she gets up? It all depends when Laura gets up, right? Thank you, Jean. She's close to me all the time, Jean. So are you going to show? Oh, well, I pretty much showed. Maybe you weren't around. I forget if it was Wednesday or Thursday. I showed the kit. They asked me, "Show me the kit." Oh, oh, 10 o'clock. Okay, Eastern. Okay. Man, you guys sure lurk and you're so quiet. Suzanne, that I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out the cost. I don't want it to be expensive, but I don't want to give it away, give my time away either. So, I'm going to do one other one. And I really didn't time, really how much because I was just doing it to see if I liked the way it came out. So I'll make another one and use it as a test run to see really how much time it takes me to do it all. Oh, you weren't here. Oh, okay. Oh, did I miss a question? Yeah, I used indigo dye. Thank you. Oh, Lucinda. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me go get that real quick because a lot of you are still here. Say bye-bye. Arigato, arigato, arigato. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Or Asian stuff is going to end up in the kit. Okie dokie. And you know me, between now and the time I list them, I might be throwing other stuff in there. But for now, because then I go running around in my place and I see, oh, that would look cool. one. Where is that one? Hold on 1 minute. I lost that too. This is getting bad. Oh, here it is. This is a collage I did with some of the stuff that's in the kit to give you just kind of an idea of the stuff. And but I was just making a collage so that I could make a printable. But that's pretty much the direction that this is going. Oop, what happened here? All right, so each kit is going to have a couple of cards. They're all going to be a little different. They're not all the same, but they're obviously still with the same theme of the funky ocean. I put these little pieces. To me, this looked like seaweed to me. This looked like seaweed to me. And this looked like seaweed to me. So I've got a couple of pieces of those in there for you to put on your page. And then there are some seashells of different sizes and types, and there's going to be a little charm of something that has to do with the ocean. They're all, they're not all going to be the same. I thought this would look super cool as a fin for maybe one of the, well, you can get several fins for some of the fish. And I love how the scales go back and forth. Well, it looks like scales to me. And there was just a limited amount of this. So I figure, well, you don't need a lot of it anyway, because, sparingly, you're not going to do a whole big thing out of that. I had 25 of these stencils. So the first 25 will have these, the rest will not. So you first 25 people, this is a gift. Ta-da! There is this netting. I guess I need to keep this here to see the colors. There's some of this netting. I thought this would look really super cool on some of the bottom of some of the fish. And then there is some gauze to create, some movement in there with the crazy fish. And some napkins that has some shells. I like to play with the napkins. Had a couple of different books that were relating to the sea. So, of course, each one will have a different page from that particular book. I found this stuff, not very much of it, but I loved the scale, and I thought it would look good as a tag or something inside of the book. And you get these cards that has the ocean theme to it, has shells and stuff. This has little seahorses with the shells, a ship, and then this napkin, which I used a lot of the parts of this for this collage. So you get this napkin, and then these fish I used on here also. So you get a full napkin of that. Now these, everything is printed on 24 weight copy paper. Because if you're going to use these for collage, you don't want it to be on cardstock. But if you're going to cut these out and make like paper dolls out of them, because you've got the parts that you could make paper dolls out of these, then what I would do is I would glue this on a cardstock and then cut it. And then that way, it's stiffer. So these are going to be really funky fish, kind of steampunky funky fish. And here's some more pieces parts. Here's some wings and arms and legs and funky stuff. Here are some other legs and little hats and stuff and fins and things. This is put on a sticker thing, so it could be like your book plate, and it has mermaids and stuff like that. These two, I thought we could make stamps, like we made stamps with the Frida one. I thought this would look really cool as a stamp, and that too. And of course, we need to know the inner parts of what's inside of these mermaids and mermans. And I thought these would make really cute little dolls also. So there's the pieces parts to the dolls. I have a big book that had to do with fishing, so I cut out a few of the pages so that could be for filler inside of your journal. So those obviously will all be different, and all fish related. And then out of that book, each person will get one large page that has some really cool large fish. And I thought that would be fun. You put different body parts on them too. And then these will look really cool with all the body parts. These are some of the ones that I used in doing these. And then here are some head parts for the fish. So those were also used over here. And so you have all this fun stuff to make all these little funky fish that we're going to be making. And, you know, some ephemera and napkins and fabric and all kinds of goodies. And then also you're going to get a 12 by 12 piece of canvas, because, you know, what's a sea funky fish without some canvas to make a journal cover, or, you know, whatever it is you want to make with it. And so for right now, that's what's in here. Oh, I forgot. I printed it out and haven't put it in there. It's a, where is that? It's really basically a larger, where is that? That fin that I showed you that we were going to make a stamp out of. Where did that go? Oh, yeah. A larger version of this, and we're going to make a book cover. Where did that go? Anyway, we're going to make a book cover with this large. It'll be the size of a, you know, a basic standard book cover. This whole fin will be that big. And we're going to make it a dimensional cover. And we'll be doing that together, part of the tutorial, among other things. And so that's what I have so far. And I think it's pretty funky. I think it's pretty funky. Whoops, let me. What do you say? Nut brads. Let's see. Wait. Nut brad. Jump rings. No, you don't need a tool to. Are you talking about making them into wait a minute. What are we talking about? Are you talking about making the funky fish? Is that what we're referring to? Is that what? Hello? Is that what we're talking about? How to put these funky fish together? You're not going to need any grommets. I'm trying to make stuff where you guys don't have to go out and get tools if you don't have tools. Here we go again. Let me find this. I know it's here somewhere. Let me look. Because all you have to do is use these little brads. Where did I have the little brads I was playing around with? You know, those small little itty bitty ones. And now I'm not going to be able to find them because I'm looking for them. Hello, hello, hello. Well, maybe I have some extras in here. I thought. I know I have small ones. I just can't find them right now. Oh, here's some. See if you get I might have to maybe include a few maybe in the kit. Like these, you know, small ones like this. That's all you need. Or small ones like that to make the arms move, make the legs move, make the fin move. That's all you need. So you don't need to get the grommets. You don't have to get the tool. You don't have to do any of that. If that's what you guys were talking about. Because I've made them with these. And they just, woo, they just move around just pretty as you please. Jennifer. I don't know what size these are. I don't think they say the size. And then there's even itty bittier ones. You don't need, well, it all depends what size you want. But these are itty bitty. If you don't want them showing, get the small itty bitty ones. And this is, no, these are small like these too. And if you want them to show, then you just get the big giant ones. But if you were to use the, you know, the grommets or something, their legs wouldn't move. They'd all be like stiff. Because see, that's what that would do. And you couldn't do anything. I mean, you can't move them. Anyway. And I bought a little box of them. They're here somewhere. See what happened. I got several things going on one time. And I got to make sure that I keep the Asian stuff together, the other stuff together. If I start like commingling, oh my goodness, and I'll really lose everything. Oops. Oh, and I almost finished my little box. I think I should, let me put this away because then I'll really be in big trouble. Put the stuff away, Rosemary. Put the stuff away. Yeah, Hobby Lobby has them all the time. And like every other week, they have them at 50% off. They're under the what is that, Paper Studio line, and I think they're only a big old thing of there's 200 in that little box, little packet, and I think they run normal price maybe like $4 or $5. So when you get them half price, they're like $2, and there's 200 of them in there, so you can go crazy. You can drop them on the floor and lose them and everything. Oops, forgot the fabric. Fabric, put the fabric away. I worked a little bit more on my box, and I changed the picture on the top. I'm not done yet, but at least I'm doing something. Something happened and the video disappeared. Can you guys still see me or not? Can you hear me? Okay, good. All right, this I think this is coming out cute. It's just a little experiment, but I'm still going to add stuff to this. But I decided to put a little piece of fabric on top of the fabric. I'm going to sew around this and then glue this on the top and have this cute little journal and have them in there all nice and cute. I think it's getting cute. And then inside, something fell out. And then inside, there's room to put all the little pieces apart so that you can play with it and put inside your little journal. And it has all kinds of goodies in there. It just keeps coming out. Look at all those goodies. It doesn't stop. It's only 1/4 of an inch deep. It doesn't stop. Look. It's like those clowns coming out of the car. Ta-da! I think this is coming out cute. If I do say so myself. Oops. Who's talking about quickies? Who's talking about quickies? The whole tab was gone. I don't know. Some are shapes and have a hole for a brad. What are we talking about? Oh, and I wanted to let you guys know. Where is my thing? All right, I've been doing these the tutorials on the second Wednesday of each month, and I'd like to continue doing that. This coming month, the 1st is on Wednesday. So the second Wednesday is already the 8th of the month, if you're getting my drift. So today is the 14th. Um, so for everyone to get their thing on time, let me think here. Okay, we're not going to put them together till the 8th, and that's in, 1, 2, that's still, 3, 4 weeks away. But I was putting them up toward the end of the month. But if I did that, it wouldn't work because it's, 1 week later is when we're going to be doing the the tutorial. I'm looking at the calendar right now while I'm talking. I'm not thinking too straight. Well, they're already done. I can put them up anytime. And because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them up in the group first. There's a few of you that have contacted me that don't do Facebook at all, but want to buy all the kits. So I'm putting a couple aside for them because they won't be able to purchase it on Facebook. So I'm going to put a picture and write something up there in the group. So you guys that are in the group, you can purchase it through there because as I spoke to you guys about it before, Etsy's killing me. So the initial ones that are in the group that want it I'll invoice you through PayPal. And then after a period of time, maybe a week or so, um, if I have, I mean, not if, I will have some more, those will go on my Etsy. I know it doesn't make too much sense, but it makes sense to me. When I type Quicklets into Amazon, eyelets come up. Oh, oh, cool, Kathleen. Um, I might just go ahead and put them up tomorrow so I don't have to think about it anymore. I think that's what I'll do. I'll do that tomorrow. And yeah, I'll just put them up tomorrow. Don't rush, no, we got plenty of time, but I'll just get it up there so it's up there and I don't have to think about it anymore. And then, you know, in a week or two, then I'll put them in the Etsy shop for those that don't do YouTube and don't do Facebook. They just do Etsy. Because I got a few ladies, that's all they do. That's how they know me is just through that. So what are we talking about, Sandra? What did you do? Jennifer. Oh, well, that's because you have a Canadian lag. It's called the postal department. Oh, the whole brat thing. Oh no, Sandra, that's good. We need distractions. It wouldn't make a we wouldn't have be having a complete evening if we didn't have some kind of distraction. Yeah, exactly. Snail mail. Oh, my husband, he I wouldn't say fanatically. That's a strong word, but he's a stickler for words. And there's nothing wrong with it, but sometimes when you're just like hanging out and talking, you may not be using the proper words all the time. And so he'll go, "Did you mean this or did you mean that?" I said, "Did you get the gist of it?" Is that just or just? Oh, shut up. So I don't mind the word thing. I don't mind the word thing at all. Johnny, what are you doing up? What are you doing awake? This is shocking. How are you ever going to get up in time for Pete and repeat? Johnny, I did a whole bunch of thing with indigo. Are you into indigo? Where'd they go? Where did my indigo go? And I got to use one of your papers, one of your wallpaper papers. I think it was yours. I don't remember getting wallpaper anywhere else. I'm just assuming. I could be wrong. Uh-oh, where'd it go? There you go. Does that look familiar? Do you know your wallpaper when you see it? I mean, it doesn't have your name on it, but I think it is. Good night, Jane. Thank you for coming by. We'll all be somewhere. So what I did, I was telling the ladies, it was kind of fun. I boiled a bunch of papers with this. It was a run, a trial run. And put a bunch of papers in here, a bunch of papers in here, some fabric, a little bit of rusty stuff. What else? I guess that's it. Oh, a few plants, and wrapped it up. And this is what I came up with. It was fun. It was fun. So now I have to figure out, how much and how big and yada yada to make it worth my while and affordable for the ladies to have fun with me. But I threw everything in there. I got fabric. I got vellum. I got different types of mixed media papers, dentistry, anything you can think of. I threw it in there. Homemade paper, fabric, paper, paper. Oh, vellum, paper, paper, vellum. Oh, and then of course the old lunch bag. Paper, 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 paper. Paper, 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 fabric, paper, 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 more paper, and then a little composition book. Is that cute or what? Okay, so yeah. So needless to say, I don't need to fill it up as much as I did. Maybe half as much would be okay. Oh, God. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so that's that. That was fun. I had fun. I did that last night and then hung it all out to dry here in the studio when I went to bed. And then when I came in, I go, oh my gosh, it looks so cool. Let's look at the cool part right there. That's cool. So anyway, so I guess that's it. Wow, and it did not fall apart. I use all kinds of papers, and the trick is, well, I don't know, well, if it's a trick, but I use copy paper. I mean, the majority of these, are copy paper, and you just really have to learn to be patient. You have to let it dry a certain amount before you take it apart. When and then I have to hang it up. And anyway, it's a process. Let me tell you, it's a process. But I guess you get kind of a feel for it. But I don't hardly tear things anymore. And what's kind of funny is the worst paper to use, in my estimation, for this is cardstock. Cardstock will tear apart 100 times more than regular copy paper. I'm sure somebody in the chat understands the composition of paper way better than I do, but cardstock falls apart. Copy paper does not. So anybody who knows, please chime in and fill us in as to why. No, this is indigo dye that I used. So if you're going to do any kind of boiling and wetting or whatever of any kind, do not use cardstock. You will be very upset. Oh, got to look out for those short fibers. Yeah, because I would think, I mean, you touch a copy paper and you touch cardstock, you know, you would think, oh, this is cardstock, much heavier. It's going to be more durable. No, no, and no. That puppy will fall apart as soon as you try to open it up after it's been wet. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. No, it's not RIT. It is real indigo dye. You have to get they put it up there where I got it from. I don't even remember now. I know somebody typed it in. Somebody smarter than me. Paper pads. I don't know if I've used paper pads. Paper pads. When you say paper pads, I don't know. I don't know if I've used. Yes. Thank you, Kathleen. Yes, thank you. Oh, I'm glad you guys got a better brain than I do. Now, the best paper, well, I shouldn't say, okay, okay, depending on what you're doing, certain papers are better than other papers. And I'm learning that. But I only know it from the perspective of what I do. Now, the best paper, let me show you. The best paper for doing the printing of the echo dyeing is this paper. And coincidentally, it's printing paper. But it prints the best, but it is not it's really finicky too, almost like the cardstock, in that if I don't pick it up just right and I'm not balanced just right, it's going to tear. It's going to tear. But the print that it gives is gorgeous. It's the best paper for the print, but it's not the best paper to be able to handle and maneuver and dry and work with. Once it's dry, it's fantastic. But getting from the boil to the dry, it's a pain in the butt. But the print is gorgeous. I don't use it that often because I don't like to get irritated, and it's not cheap for you just to mess up. It's $12 just for 20 sheets. So yeah, but that it prints really beautiful. I don't know what's in those fibers, but It's really cool. And then my second favorite is manila. I should say my first favorite. If you're going to balance printing and be able to maneuver it and what it looks like and all that kind of good stuff, I think just the plain old file folder is my favorite. After all, because that's what this is. This is a file folder, and so that's probably my favorite. And of course, my go-to is the regular printer paper, copy paper. That's where I do most of my stuff. And what else? And then probably second is mixed media, or third, mixed media. This is mixed media right here. And some of the worst is handmade paper because it tends to want to fall apart because it's kind of fragile in the sense that, it's made, handmade. So you got to be really careful with that. That will tear apart really easily when it gets all soaking wet. And I think that's about all that I used in here. So that's the hand paper. It prints cool, but it wants to fall apart. And then I just love how it all crinkles up and gets all boiled, and the vellum. I love that. Let's see, sizing resists dye. Yes. Doesn't have. Oh, see? The paper version of cardstock. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Something that really works good too is just the regular newsprint. So you can get those in pads. That don't have any right now, but that print's really good too. I like that. Yeah, I love tracing paper. Tracing paper. Do I have any? No, I just got an order. What I do is I like to throw tracing paper in there and get it all kind of grungy looking. And then when I get my smaller journals, the orders, I wrap them up in that paper because it just looks so yummy. Did your No, I didn't get any mail today, a matter of fact. I was supposed to get something from Amazon yesterday and I didn't get it. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe the mail's slow. Maybe it's getting held up. Maybe the mailman was sick. I don't know. Oh, okay. I gotcha. That makes sense. Kathleen. Yeah, he probably is. He's Oh, okay. Well, at least it didn't get sent to the wrong house. Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to do my midnight run to Walmart. Sandra says they were going to be closing at 11 now, even the all night one. So I can't go and try and find me some laundry soap. Oh, thank you, Mary. Yeah, exactly. You guys send me a large bottle of laundry detergent, and then I send you a boiled book package. See, Debbie's gonna keep her stuff clean. Well, what I was really looking for is because I use when I do my dog's bedding and everything, I put bleach in it. And because I rarely use bleach on our stuff, but I do on the dog stuff. I take more care of my dog's bedding than ours. We can have the bed bugs, but the dog can't. And and so that's what I was running low on. So I was gonna go get some, and when I went to go get that, I noticed there wasn't any there wasn't any bleach, and there wasn't any laundry detergent. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. But I don't know what they're gonna disinfect with all that stuff, because unless you get a person that's sick that comes in your house, just wash your hands, disinfect your hands before you go in the house, and then you don't have to worry, you can be filthy inside. Oh, Kathleen. I think where it's kind of, I mean, in all seriousness, when we're all moved by emotion, right? Most of us, let's just say, there's a few of us cold-hearted now, but most of us are moved by our emotions. So, and then those emotions either make you happy, sad, or fearful, right? Pretty much that's the gamut of those, if you want to be simplistic. And so if you watch the news and you see the people in Italy that cannot leave their home, and they don't know how long it'll be until they can leave their home, then you think about yourself, okay, if I can't leave my home, what do I need? So then you panic. And if you can't leave your home, it's staples types of things, not paper staples. But you know what I mean? So you start to think, okay, what do I need? Well, most people, especially if they have a large family, one of the last things you don't want to be without is toilet paper. So then your mind gets all crazy and you want to hoard the toilet paper. And then everybody gets kind of crazy with all this stuff. There's nothing wrong in having a good supply. They've told you need to have at least a 2 week supply of stuff in case you have to self quarantine. So, you know, do you use 85 rolls of toilet paper in 2 weeks? I don't know. I don't know your bowel problems, but I just know our family doesn't. So that's all I have to say about that. Yeah. So I have a friend in Italy. Her town, up until about a week ago, her town was not um was self-imposed quarantine, her town. And then a week ago, it's mandatory. Um Only certain people can go to work, and those are the people that are like emergency people, like the police, the fire department, people in the medical field, things like that. Um, they they have to go to work. But nobody else can leave. They can't leave their home. And so if you didn't take the precaution to get your 2 week, or they were told a month supply, if you didn't get your month supply and then all of a sudden the next day they say, oh, okay, we're imposing it today, I don't have my month's supply of toilet paper, you know. So, so if you get wind of things, things like that happening, then people go overboard. We just tend to go overboard. Um, we're one way or the other, right? We're too lax or we're overboard. See, there you go. A lot of companies are doing that. And then you're going to have to use your own toilet paper. You can't use the toilet paper at work. You see how it works? Well, fortunately, I had all the stuff to make my own hand sanitizer from stuff that I use because of my art stuff. So, I had the aloe vera because when I work with all of the plants and stuff, I really have to be really careful because my skin is kind of sensitive to some of the things. So I slap that stuff on it and then I do my stuff. And then after I've done my stuff, I take a shower and then I slap some more stuff on me because it just makes my skin feel good. So I had a bunch of that. I use glycerin in my art. So I had a whole bunch of glycerin, you know. I already had the what you call it? The alcohol because I use it with making my inks, different things. So I had all that stuff already. I didn't have to go out and buy it. I mean, if I wanted to hoard it, I could, but I had enough, stuff. And so I had all that stuff. Yeah, the jelly plate. So that wasn't any big deals. I didn't like freak out about, oh, there's no hand. I had stuff. I had some, and then I had enough to make some. So I wasn't really worried about that. And I really wasn't worried about anything until I went to go get my bleach for my poor dog's bedding and saw there was no detergent. Oh. So, but yeah. So I don't, I've got plenty of that stuff. Ooh. I have um I have one of those containers of bleach, but I'm the type I have like when I what am I trying to say? When I empty one and I start the new one, I always go buy another one. So I always have one ready. So that's what I was going to do. I have the one, I started a new one. I opened up a new one to do the laundry. And so I go, oh, I was going to the store anyway that day. It's my usual day for shopping. So when I went, I told myself, oh, I need to get another bleach to replace the one I just opened. And that's when I go, oh. And I had been there the week before and all the shelves were full. But, I had no idea that the next week all of them would be empty, or else I would have bought it the week before. And then I wouldn't have had an issue. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Carla. That's right. Mary. I think we all have plenty of napkins. Except for maybe Johnny. I think she sold them all. Whoa. Wow, Lucy. Yeah, that's what we were talking about the other night, Kathleen. Deck Peel off the decorative part. We've got plenty of napkins. Yeah, exactly, Nikki. Where'd she go? Is she gone already? Oh no, there she is, somewhere up there. Yeah, we were talking about diapers earlier. Great paper. I hope it isn't the colored kind, Sandra. I hope it's white because you're gonna have a rainbow butt. Ooh, you put Sandra. What did you post? What did you post in Brooks? Think okay, but what? Oh, I'm afraid to ask, Mary. That's funny. We had this is my personal opinion. You don't have to share it. But I don't like the idea. Oh, Popo's gonna get mad at me. I don't like the idea of circuses. The reason I don't like circuses, no, I just don't like, you know, these beautiful animals caged a whole life and being transported, from city to city in these cages and just there. Okay. So I don't like circuses. I don't go to them. I don't like creepy clowns. I'm just a total humbug about the circus. Okay. Well, anyway, there was a circus that came to town. I guess it was today is Saturday slash Sunday. Uh, I guess they came like Wednesday or Thursday. I think they set up on Wednesday. Well, this guy went over to the circus. I guess this was Friday, and he opened up the pen where the Shetland ponies were, where those pony rides that they give young kids. And he opened up the gate, and the circus was in the parking lot of this big shopping center. So the roads in front and on the side are very, very busy highways. So he opened up the gate, and the horses ran. Right, I would too. And they ran, and one of the horses ran into the street, got hit. He didn't get hurt really bad. He got a little scratched up, but he's going to be fine. It's not a really bad accident. But the guy had posted in his Facebook page the day before that all circus people should die because he was one of these PETA guys and he was all for the animals. So so he so here he loves the animals, which I understand that. I sympathize because I feel the same way. But his way of solving the problem is letting the animals go so they can run out in the street and get hit by a car. It was like, oh my goodness, these people, they just don't think. But for a lot of things, we get emotionally, you know, involved and the decisions we make, just don't always make that much sense in the long run. And so it's true, we need to like not be running around and congregating with all kinds of people. And that all makes perfect sense. That's how you know, kill a germ. You snuff it out if you don't give a host body for it. But then the other result is, what do people do for a living and an income and food and, you know, I don't know. I think the the bottom line is there's no real good answer, you know? Uh-oh, I scared people away. You guys are all leaving. We still have 43 people, though. Well, the circuses around here, the traveling circuses, they still have the animals. So it's kind of sad. No, Mary, it's not a food color dye. It's indigo. It's it's a dye that you can get through oh dear. Anyway, you can get it at art supply places. Oh, okay. Oh, that origami doll was kind of fun. And I'm glad that it was kind of hard for me to do it because it helped you see that, you know, don't give up. If at first you don't succeed, just keep trying. You'll get it. No, not RIT. I don't use RIT. No, Sandra. No three letters. No RIT. Right. It's all natural. I forgot to mention that. All of my dyes, any dyeing that I do, because most of my dyeing is with plants, you know, um, leaves and roots and, you know, vegetables and things like that. So the dye that I used for this is also a natural dye from a plant. It's from the indigo. Yep, yep, yep. The indigo plant. Where do they grow the indigo plant? I used to know. Is it in Asia? I think they do. No, is it? I forgot now. India? That sounds about right because I really don't remember it all. Oh, speaking of India, I got some new stamps I haven't played with. That'll be the next time we get together. Let me show you. They're kind of cool. Uh-oh. They need to be played with really bad. Aren't they cute? Whoops. Oh dear, now it's Central and South America. Next thing it's going to be Alaska cuz I don't have no idea. I used to know all this stuff. I've gone brain dead. No, indigo I know doesn't come from France. That's the only thing I do know for sure. You mean somebody hasn't Googled it yet? Come on, you guys. We should have already had the answer up. That was funny, Johnny. You put up there the AK. I can't tell you how many times people have sent stuff to me to Alaska. And I don't know how I get it, but I end up getting it. It's amazing. Yeah, where is Darla? Darla's really tired. She was with Care all day long doing her sale, and then she was with Katie doing her sales. She's been on doing sales all day long. I know, but they keep putting AK and and yeah. This, and one time, yeah, they put me in Alaska and I forget how it was. It was the wrong city, and I think it was I mean the wrong state and the wrong address. And I still got it. They know me. They know, "Oh, it's another package. It must be to that Morris lady." Uh-oh, Betty's mad. She's over these sales. Uh-oh. Where did I find the bird stamp? These all came as one, I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh, maybe not. See, you're asking the wrong questions. Once I buy something, I forget. But I did get them on Amazon. That I can tell you. I'm pretty sure they were all together. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I got them separate because I don't think I would have bought the little itty bitty ones. They all came together, except for me. You know what I do have, you guys? And I've been sitting on it for a couple of months, maybe longer than a couple of months. I have quilt pieces. I have some finished quilt pieces, and I have some that are just the toppers. I need to move them, but I don't know if you guys would be interested. Maybe I'll have to do like you know, a surprise sale one day and just bring out those pieces and see who's interested. That's all I need to know about $15. Thank you for coming, Mary. Come back. Uh-oh. What did Nikki get? Oh, here we go. It's grown in many areas of the world, including Asia, Java, Japan, and Central America. See, I was thinking, I don't know what I said before, but that makes sense because of the um oh, that blue dyeing that the Japanese do. I see I must be getting tired. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You know the folding stuff with the blue dye? That's all done with indigo. And that comes from Japan. I mean, that's what it's known for, right? Come on, you know the name of it. Let's all play. Let's have a giveaway. Oh. Uh-oh, Marco Polo. Well, like with most things, it starts one place and it goes all over. There you go, Shibori. She knows. That's right. You're right. It's 100% right. That's what I was talking about. They do it with the indigo. Yep. I'm so glad you guys know what I'm talking about. Because half the time I don't. We don't have good estate sales here at all. At least I don't find them. Let's put it that way. I've never found anything where I go, oh my goodness. Never. Never, ever, ever. Yeah, that Darla, before it comes out of my mouth, she's already got the answer on there. I don't know how she does that. She must not have any delay. You found stuff today, Nikki? Hmm. She got sets of everything. Uh-oh. Sets of what? She said, are you talking about, I guess she's talking about books. I'm guessing. I don't know. Are you talking about books? I don't think she's talking about anything else with those dates. I don't find anything in my area on the marketplace. Okay, Betty. If I'm awake, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. We're going to wrap it up. It won't be no fun without you, Betty, now. So we're probably going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. Ooh, books. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Well, there's this bookstore here. Um, I went in there, it's been a couple of months ago, and there's a section in the back that she says, listen to this. She goes, there's a lot of old books back there. I can't move them. Now, I don't know what she calls old, and I don't know what condition they're in or whatever. But she told me, she goes, come back. And she goes, come back like toward the spring because we're going to be, she was going to be going to some kind of sale or something. And she was going to need to get some room. And she was going to want to clear out a lot of those books. And she was probably going to get rid of them for, a really cheap price. So I thought, maybe I should go over there and check that out because it's about that time when she told me to come. But I don't know if they're really cool books or they're just, old junky books that there's a reason why she can't get rid of them. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to find out. I suppose here. No, not here. In my community, we don't have crafters for the most part. You might have a few here and there, um, but people around here don't even know what a junk journal is. And I'm serious. They don't know what a junk journal is. It's one thing not to be into it, or, I mean, even like our two local bookstores, like Books a Million and what's the other one? I forget what it is. They don't even carry um, any of the magazines that we look at. They don't carry them because there's not enough nobody would buy them. Because I asked him once to go, oh, we used to carry them, but nobody ever bought them, so we don't carry those anymore. Okay, like Stampington and any of the journaling magazines, none of that stuff. If I want one, I'm gonna have to get a subscription. Oh my Christian, no, nope. It's funny how different communities. So we try to. My husband, he's the guy that does the politicking. They were opening this charter school that's just like a couple of streets away from us, and my husband went to go talk to them about recycling and art, and he basically was trying to sell me, um, and saying, oh, my wife does this and she does that, and maybe after class, she would come over and show this or show that, or if your students are interested, they could come over to her studio and blah blah blah, and that we recycle, that I make all my stuff from recycled stuff. And anyway, he was doing a really good hard sell. um they were not interested at all. I'm glad, because I wasn't interested either. But he told me after the fact. But you would think at a charter school where they're looking for people to volunteer and to do things and get the kids excited and all this, that they would take up anything that somebody was offering for free to do. Not interested, not at all. At Michael's, our Michael's don't have those magazines, believe it or not. Yeah, our Michael's doesn't have those magazines. No, my Michael's has a lot of different. No, it isn't mostly yarn and kid stuff at all. It has a really, it really has a little bit of everything. It has lots of art stuff. It has lots of mixed media. I get all my papers there, for my printing and stuff. They have all the latest paints. I mean, they have all that kind of stuff, but when it came to the magazines and stuff, they don't. They don't have anything. We have a Hobby Lobby. They don't have them. We don't have a Barnes and Noble, so now the Joannes have magazines and books, but they don't have those either. The ones that I want, they don't have. They've got the crocheting ones and quilt ones and the coloring, adult coloring books and things like that, but nothing that I would be interested in, to tell you the truth. Not at my place. Mine don't have them at all. Yeah. I know some ladies say they get them there, but ours don't have them. So I'm really kind of, when it comes to stuff, I think that's what, well, I've always gravitated toward, recycling, when, because before I did this, um, my husband and I refurbished homes, and we love to recycle all kinds of stuff. The house that we live in is, like 120 years old, and we went scavenging all over the place to look for recycled stuff to use, um, to put into the house. We were doing some remodeling and stuff. So I just naturally loved doing that. So I discovered all this stuff, it was like, woohoo, another way to recycle stuff. So I really enjoyed that. But if I was the type that wanted to buy everything brand new, I probably wouldn't have even gotten into this, because I wouldn't have been able to buy any of this stuff locally. And I wasn't even into Amazon then. I never even shopped Amazon. I didn't even know what Etsy was. I wasn't into any aspect of this. I was busy with lumber and nails and drywall, and that was my whole world. That's all I knew. So I just yeah, good thing I love to recycle, or who knows what. I love old homes, but the older we get, the harder it is to maintain an old home, because it takes a lot of care, if you don't want it to fall apart. I got a bunch of old windows from, there's a lot of old homes, in the area, obviously, where I live, because my house is old. And so a lot of people take out their wood paned windows, because they're single pane, and they're 100 years old, and they take them out and they put in some new windows. So quite often, you can see somebody that's refurbishing. So I saw this one place, and some of these houses are, some of them are kind of big, and so there's a lot of windows. And so I went by to this one place, and they were taking them all out, and I asked him, are you going to toss these? And he goes, yeah. So I was able to get like about 15 windows that had, like the French door type that has the wooden panes. I mean, the wooden mullets, and the um, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so I got a bunch of those. So what I used most of those for was, um, oh, we had a small, small, small galley kitchen. I mean, one person could fit in that kitchen. And it was way back in the house, and I felt very isolated, like I wasn't even in the house. And and then there was this room that the lady that we bought it from used to use it as her dining room. And well, more like a family room, because she already, there was a dining room in there. She used it as a family room. And so we got to meet the neighbor behind us, back of the alley. And the lady that lived there, she was, at that time, she was already almost 100 years old. She knew everything about everything, and she knew everything about this house. And the room that was set up as a family room when we bought the house. She told us that was the original kitchen, which made sense because it was more part of the house. So we decided to turn that room into a kitchen. And so for some of the cabinets and a little pantry I made and everything, we used all those old windows to um to make the pantry, the doors for the pantries and stuff. And then we got a hold from another person, a bunch of old interior solid core old 100-year-old doors, but a lot of the bottom of them were kind of all rotted out because they had put them outside and they'd started to rot. So we cut the like a fourth of it off, and we used those to create a wall, a 3/4 wall, pony wall, in there in the kitchen area because we had to create a hallway to get through that room to get into the other part of the house. Because old Victorian homes, you had to go from room to room to room. There were no hallways. And so anyway, we had to configure something. So we used that and they created that into a wall. So the doors are the wall and it backs up into where we have our sink and all that kind of stuff. So we refurbished everything and it came out kind of cute. And we got some other doors from other people and here, there, and blah blah blah. And we ended up doing that whole kitchen. It looks kind of cute, actually. I like it. It looks, people that have come in, they think that it's original because we tried to make it look kind of old. And then for the bottom cabinets, we just got stock stuff from Home Depot, but I painted it certain ways to try and make it look a certain vintage look and did glazing on it and tried to make it look old. So I think it looks pretty cool. And what a we did stuff with doors all over the place. We had this big pocket door we got a hold of, and the doors were like, I don't know, 10 feet tall and like 4 feet across, and they were just gorgeous because they were. And we had no use for them, but we didn't want them to throw them away, so we grabbed them, not knowing what to do with them. And so I ended up putting them um, up against one of the walls in our living room, and I painted them a certain color because they were in bad shape as far as the wood was concerned, and it had been painted before. So I just repainted them and screwed them into the wall, and they're like wall decor, but they're the whole wall. And so we used those doors; those are there, and my headboard is a door. Where I hang our towels in the bathroom. It's from a small little pantry door from an old Victorian home. We put little bars on that to hang our towels. Have a little pantry in the bathroom. Those are made from some doors that we got from some old place. Um, and our little guest bathroom. A friend of mine gave me a French door, and so I frosted the glass, and so you can't, see in. And I used that in our guest bathroom, so it's a frosted French door, so it looks kind of Victorianish. Um, where else are the doors? I'm starting to think we got doors all over the place. Here in this studio, in the kitchen, where the refrigerator is, I just didn't want the refrigerator just sitting there because there was no place to stick it into. It just kind of sits there, and it's at the by the doorway that goes into the next room. So I have a door that I screwed into the doorway, but it's like a wall next to the refrigerator. So it butts up to the side of the refrigerator, so it kind of looks like it's kind of cozy and inside as opposed to just freestanding in the room. So that's another door. And that has glass on the top. So you've got the bottom and the glass on the top. And then I hang my pieces of art and stuff on the glass part. Where else do I have doors? Holy moly. Oh, Yep, I got doors everywhere. I'm thinking about it now. I got doors. The more I think about it, it's like, oh my gosh. I didn't really realize I had a door fetish. Oh my goodness. That is so funny. Good night, Jennifer. We'll see you when we see you. You know, we'll all be there. Oh my goodness. Well, if you go look at, well, it's not the house, but the door thing I'm telling you about, you might be able to see it, the one here in the studio. Um, I've got two, I think I got two videos of my studio tours um let me hold on. Let me see if I can, because it's way back when. I don't think, can I do that? I'm talking to myself. Don't try and answer me. I'm trying to figure out if I can get from here to there. Sandra! Topic. Yeah. You missed the whole thing. You missed all of my fetishes. Too bad. You're just gonna have to fantasize about it. Let me see if I can. Hold on for a second, ladies. Maybe I can find it real quick. Maybe not, but we shall see. I haven't tried to do this before. We'll see. See if I push the wrong button. If I do, well, good night. That's all I can say. Good night, Marie. All right, let me see. My channel. There's my channel. Ooh, it says I'm still live. Okay, so that's okay. Let me see now. Because I know I have something in here. It might be way back, way back, way back. Oh, that's... All right, let me think. Okay, here's one. It says, it must be a, oh dear. I thought I had a different one. Excuse me, I'm talking to myself. Um, well, I have a video here before of my studio, before I... the before. Um, where is that? Okay, this isn't... Oh, how do I turn my volume off? Open link? No. Save link? No. Open link and tab? No. Mm. Copy link address? Maybe yes. Ooh, let's see if that works. I don't know. Hold on. I'm here. Can you see me? Paste. Can you guys see that? Okay, and then the other one, hold on one second. I don't remember what's even in that one. That was one of my one of my first workshops I did, and it shows the studio, obviously. But oh, okay, here we go. Copy link. Okay, this one shows the studio. That one right there, the last one. The first link I put up there was when I did my very first workshop here in the studio. And then the second link is one of my more recent ones, and I give a full tour before the ladies came because it was one of the few times everything was going to be put away. So so the last one, that's when would give you a tour of the studio. Okay, so with that being said, ladies, it is late. It is 1 o'clock where I am, and I'm gonna have to clean up my mess, go to bed, and hope that I get up before Pete and Repeat get off this coming morning. Because I got to start my Sunday morning with them. All right, ladies, thank you so much. I will I'll put those two links in the group if you're in the group. If you aren't in our little group that has to do with our caboodle kits, and you enjoy the stuff that we do, you don't have to buy the kits to join the little group, because we just encourage each other and show each other what we make from the kits. So down there in the description is the link, so feel free to go over there. And what I'll do is I will put some um the links to those two over there. And then if I can find, I have a whole album in my other computer of pictures, like before and afters of my kitchen, and I'll post a few of those pictures over in that group. So you guys can go over there and see some of those pictures of the kitchen. Um, and you'll see what the wall and stuff and things like that I'm talking about. Um, what? 7 a.m.? Oh, Pacific. Yeah, that's probably when it is. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. Thanks again, ladies. And I will see you maybe over there with Hottie tomorrow. Who knows what happens in my life tomorrow. All right. Thanks again. See you later. Bye-bye.